I didn't really know what I was supposed to say on here. I'm just talking because, hold on. Hello, 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 hello. Anyway, uh, honestly, I kept thinking about talking myself out of pushing record, but a friend of mine, one time he told me, he said, just push record, and either you'll stop it or you'll talk. Either way, you've already recorded yourself, so might as well say some shit. But I had some stuff I wanted to talk about, but it kind of just escaped me. But getting on here, hitting record, sitting there thinking, because I didn't want to do it. Actually, I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can't see it, but if you look at the where it says Jack Fitness, it's a little sign my wife made for me. You can see the light and the fan from my room. Trying to figure out how to get that shit out of there. But I'm sitting here thinking, because I wasn't gonna do this, but I started thinking about these two things I seen. It's two people I never thought I would talk about. Um, but I guess I keep replaying those videos in my head, mostly because uh, it's the only way I can get myself over myself in order to talk in front of this camera. Uh, One of the things is it's actually my cousin, Jeremy. Uh, he made a video where one of the things he talked about was he said, uh, don't give, I might be messing this up, but this is what I said from him. He said, don't give other people more time than you give yourself. Everybody got their own dreams, aspirations, desires, things they want to do. But a lot of times we get so caught up in work and doing what work wants us to do that we give all that time, effort, and energy to that and not ourselves. And so um, he's a rapper, aspiring to be a bigger and better rapper all the time. So he said he always carries something to record with, video and audio wise, so that anytime he gets the desire or the want to rap something, he always has a means to record himself so that he never misses the opportunity. Remy the King, if you ever want to go listen to his music, it's out there. The other person is my boy CJ. CJ, we served together on a boat together. He was actually TAD, came over, helped our admin department out, and young black man aspiring for success. I always get drawn to that. So we got cool, we got close. We used to hoop together, and I don't think I've seen him in person since like 2019, 2020, something like that. But I talk to him all the time. On TikTok, Smooth Life CJ. If you ever want to watch somebody play Madden, top two, not two. That's what he says. I like it. I fuck with it. But he actually said this on a live, not in a recording. But he said it can happen to anybody. Last year he had like 50 followers. And I can tell you right now, I checked like the other day, he over 16,000. And he always said, keep grinding, keep going. And I try to use those two things. And then I got my sister. She the most active supporter I got. She tells me I'm good at everything that I try, but I also think it's because she loved me, so she gonna tell me I'm good at shit. So that's just how things work out. But nah. So I keep replaying those thoughts in my head, mostly because it's the only way I can keep persistency in what I want. So I keep doing these things so that I can always um, continue to do them, try to do them, keep getting better. Uh, so I do that, and I know what I want to talk about now. I was going to talk about the story of joining the Navy, but I'll do that another day. I got to get off this soon and start getting kids ready for school and shit. But no, this is still a new thing. Uh, Actually, the only reason I'm on here this morning is because I just got this ring light. I'm trying to test the lighting in this room so that I can have it be set up better for more recordings, more podcasts, and stuff like that. Added some new stuff to the room. I got my Muhammad Ali picture up there, and then I got these paintings right there that my son and my daughter made. Got those framed and hung them up. Yeah, so I do want to talk about something. So the other day, yesterday or the day before, I was talking to my brother because I'm going to California to visit my family. And when I recorded with my boy Alan, he was the first one to ever put me on camera. I think he did. He told me he did it so that to make me more comfortable with doing this. And at the very end of it, I said, "Rest in peace to my mother." And then the last time I tested this out, I said the same thing. I was talking to my brother about it. My older brother is, he's the staple of the family. He's the glue that keeps us all together, especially after the unfortunate passing of my mother. And one thing he told me was he can't talk about her. He still has a tough time bringing her up. I bring her up all the time because I feel like if I'm doing this, then I'm only doing it because I'm doing it for her, and she can see me, and I always want to be doing something to make her proud, and especially with my time in the military being short, but I'm still, I'll say young, still able to work. So I'm continuing, but now that I'm older, I'm trying to find something that I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing stuff that I want to do and that I like, but that she could still be proud of me. And it was just kind of a weird feeling to know that my brother still has such a tough time because he did everything. When my mother passed, I was on the other side of the world, country, but I say world. Uh, I was in Georgia, and it all happened in California. My whole family was there, and I found out about it. I found out about it in a crazy way. My wife, she doesn't call me while I'm at work unless it's important. Um, and at the time, my mother was sick, but we all thought she was getting better. Um, we all honestly thought that she was in a hospital to recover and come home. And one day, I was at work, and a different office got a phone call, and my man Donovan came out and was like, "Your boss is on the phone." And I was like, "Shit, that's not good." And he was like, "What you mean?" And I was like, "She don't call unless it's a reason to call." And I got to the phone and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just at work." And she said, "Where are you parked?" I said, "In the parking lot." "Why?" And she said, "I'm going to come get your phone out of your car and I need you to come home, but I need you to let me get your phone first." And I said, "Why?" And she was like, "Don't worry about it. I need to come get your phone." And I said, "Baby, I know." And she said, "What do you mean?" I said, You wouldn't be calling me if it wasn't for a specific reason." And she said, "I'm on my way. I'll be right there." We hung up the phone. I walked out. My leading first was transferring that day. So I had to go tell him I wouldn't be there for his end of tour and his going away speech. And then I had to go tell my COB, CMC, depending on subsurface, if you know anything about the Navy. I had to go tell him I was leaving. And he said, "Why?" And I said, "I just lost my mother." And he said, "Close the door and sit down." So I closed the door, I sit down. He said, "How are you doing?" I just smiled at him. I said, "I just lost my mother." He said, "That's not what I asked you." He said, "How are you doing?" I said, "Exactly how you think I'd be doing." He said, "You okay?" I said, "Nope." He said, "You need anything?" I said, "Nope." And then I left. I went to my car. My phone was still there, but I refused to look. I didn't want to look at my phone. And I turned the car on. I started driving home. I only lived like 5-8 minutes away from my house. And while I'm driving, the song "Houston Tribute" was playing by Toby. And I turned that song up as loud as I could. And I drove home and I rapped the whole song. And as loud as I could. I parked at home. While I was driving, my wife drove past me. And so then we drove past each other. We recognized each other. I kept driving and she made a U-turn to follow me home. And I parked and I got out the car. Well, actually, that's not true. I parked and I listened to the rest of the song as loud as I could. And then I got out the car, didn't grab nothing, left my phone where it was. She looked at me and I said, "It's not real if I don't look." Messed up part, it was in the heat of COVID. COVID was at its highs. And my two oldest sons, they were in virtual school at the time. And I had them at my house. And but I had to leave because I had to go be with my family for that. And so then once I got all that out outside, I had to walk in the house, go ask them individually if they were still in class. They said, yeah, ask them what time they got out. Once they got out, I had to tell them I was leaving. I brought up that whole story because the whole time, funny thing, so my mom know I love her, but I had a lot of messages on my phone. There was only 2 messages I looked at, though. The one from my brother, Mike. He said, I don't have this message no more, so I'm going to get as close as I can. He said, I'm sad to say that earlier this morning, Mama passed. And his message was short, sweet, concise. He was straight to the point, very professional, very, sad and personal about it. my sister, in all caps and emojis, sent me this message that said, "Mama gone." And it was just sad faces and crying. And no, but from her viewing to what we did with her, and since it was COVID, we did a Zoom memorial for her. But all it is, my brother set it all up, and so it's hard to say. It's hard to hear him say. It's hard to talk about her. When I know who did the most for her while she was here, and then who did a tremendous amount with um, without breaking in front of people. Um, but now my brother is he's that dude, you know, he's the guy that everybody's gonna go to for everything. That's just who he is. It's who he's always been. And so that was interesting to hear. But anyway, I was supposed to come on here and talk about why, or the whole process of me joining the Navy and how that whole thing took place. But then I got caught up talking about some other stuff. Got scared, like I always do. And then got long-winded, like I always do. Now I've been on here longer than I wanted to. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm talking loud enough for anybody to hear me, but I guess when I play this back, we're going to find out. But if you're watching, listening, can hear this, I appreciate your time. Y'all have a good one.